Ken Rashad, HBCU Sports. It's the 2024 SWAC Football Media Day. We are joined by Alcorn State head football coach Cedric Thomas. Coach Thomas, it's been an interesting offseason, but here we are about to kick off the 2024 campaign of the football season, and yet tell us your expectations going into the season.
Win. It's a Meek Mill mentality, and that's championship. The places, it's a lot of hardware that's in the building, and so we know what it looked like culturally. We know what we got to do to maintain it, and so anything less than the championship for us, we don't want it.
We were, I guess, when they announced the predicted order of finish, there were some who kind of raised an eyebrow when it was determined that Alcorn would likely finish first in the division. Your thoughts about that?
I was one of them. I was like the Rock, man. Can you smell with, because our whole thing was, to beat a man, you got to beat the man, and we ain't beat Prairie View. Coach has done a really good job. I think he's been there 2 years in a row, and so why didn't he get the nod? However, I understand the tradition, and what Alcorn State meant, has been over the years, and it makes sense from that standpoint. So we don't have no problem with pre. What we want to do is maintain the post, and if we can be there in the end, like Coach, and like he's done with his Prairie View, football team over the past few years, then we'll get what we deserve.
One of the things that I've asked all of the coaches with respect to recruiting, with NIL being what it is, the transfer portal being what it is, what challenges, if any, did you experience during the offseason with respect to recruiting?
Not really any for us because we got a collective. Our collective do a really good job, from an NIL standpoint. But for me personally, I don't want to go out parading, financial gains for guys that I really hadn't done anything for the program, if that makes sense. For us, you got to earn it. I don't want to give kids, from other institutions, financial, NILs when they hadn't done anything in-house. I could get that to the guys who, paid the way, like the Truck Griffiths who've been with us 4 years, and that's just me personally. And so I want to take care of the guys that's in-house, and we're going to recruit, transfer portal guys. It just got to be the right, fix for us. But we really didn't have that issue. The transfer portal guys that we got was culture fixtures that's not coming in to beat us something, but to be a part of something. And then we got some rubrics behind the scenes that, if warranted, will get you the NIL deal from our collective. Now, you can do anything on your own for us establishing that, but however, for me to go to our collective, there's certain things that, got to be done. And so we like our setup, what we got, and the right guys that we got in from the transfer portal.
Even though you were surprised to be named the team to win the West, what are your expectations realistically going into the season?
Championship. That's it.
It is championship or bust.
Without a doubt. I've been a part of it. Not only, as a position coach, but as a coordinator. And also, I know what it looks like. And we right there on the cuffs. You look at the 2 years previous, and when you see them guys after the Jackson game last year, and you see the tears after a win, and you're thinking, are those tears of joy? But it's tears of, they know they let one slip away to Texas Southern game when the PA announcer announced the score of the, PV game. And so I looked at the coaches and I said, it's their time now. And so we only have one guy on our team from the previous championship. And so right now, those new guys are understanding the championship pedigree and what it takes.
Tell us some of the names we can expect to hear during the course of the season. Some key players who will likely stand out.
Jacorian Sewell, big time running back that's been with us. Tavares Adams, he's been that wide out. He's the wide out, that was a part of that championship. He's going to be really, do a really good job. Tyron, he's Tyron. He's going to be an excellent wide out for us. Amarion Blakes, Truck Griffith is here. Caleb Anderson. So we got a surplus of athletes that we can get the ball to. And up front, you talking about on the offensive line, you got three of those guys, that's back. Steve Carter, Ronald Brown, and then you got also, Big Jack, DeMarcus Gordon at that right tackle. So Coach Gale's got his hands full, with athletes to be able to get the ball to. And then we got some retention on the defensive side as well, with Malachi Bailey. You got a secondary who was leading the nation in interceptions with all of them returning, which is really a plus to Marion Edwards, at the linebacker position. So, there's a host of guys that's returning that understands, this journey. And so now, like I said, we just got to put it all together and we got to finish.
A lot is made about offense and defense, and yet many don't pay a lot of attention to special teams. Talk about your special teams needs. Were they addressed during the offseason?
Yes. I thought we left a lot of meat on the bone last year. We fair caught a lot of footballs, and we maintained the position. But for the most part, it was some hidden yardage that we left out there because we didn't transition the ball after a punt return where, if that ball on the 40 or 50-yard line, if you get 12 yards to return, that ball's on the 33 now or it's on the 30. And just from a field position standpoint, that puts you in a better situation to score. And so we want to do that, and be more aggressive inside the kicking game aspect. But not just saying it, we start every practice off with all our, special team components. And so we don't wait to the end where guys tired and got the least amount of focus. That's the first thing we do. And we tell our guys, special people play special teams.
Alcorn State head football coach Cedric Thomas. Good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, man.